Hello, everyone. I turned the comments on chat off so I can explain what this is about. I got a really interesting email today from Vanguard. Um, I can't understand what I've never heard of it before, so I did some research. Vanguard's offering a fully paid lending program. Now, people might wonder what's our fully paid lending program about? Our fully paid lending program allows you to potentially generate additional income in your portfolio by lending your stock shares. If you're holding in demand securities, you may be selected to be loaned out. When shares are loaned out, you'll earn income will be paid to you monthly. I'm going to put um, copy and paste this under the description. Okay, it really sounds too good to be true, and there's a lot of things about it I don't like. Vanguard's claiming that if you loan $125,000 in shares, you get an annualized lending rate of 7.5%, which is a daily interest of $26.04, which is hypothetically $781.20 in income. Okay, after you enroll, Vanguard Brokerage may borrow shares that you hold and lend them to counterparties who are seeking to borrow such shares. You will receive income from Vanguard Brokerage on any borrowed security. Income accrues daily and paid monthly. When your loan is closed, all of your shares will be returned to you. Okay, that sounds really nice, but there's really catches to this. Okay, who's eligible to participate in the fully paid lending? To participate in Vanguard's brokerage fully paid lending program, you must have $500,000 in assets held at Vanguard and be web registered. While most Vanguard brokerage account registration types are eligible to participate, brokerage accounts enrolled in Vanguard affiliated advisory service and margin accounts are not eligible. Okay, the benefits. You could earn additional income with securities you already hold. Once you enroll, no additional action is needed by you to participate in this program. You're safeguarded with cash collateral. The borrower of your shares must provide collateral that's at least 102% of the daily market value of the securities. You maintain economic ownership. You can sell your shares or leave the program at any time. You'll also be able to view loan activity while you're enrolled. Okay, then key considerations. Participation involves risk, and there is no guarantee your shares will be borrowed or that you'll earn money while enrolled in the program. The duration of any loan can vary. When your shares are on loan, your voting rights will be temporarily transferred to the borrower. That's for the proxy votes of the company with board members and policy making decisions. Vanguard Marketing Corporation shares on loan are not covered by SIPC. In the event Vanguard defaults on its loans, you have the right to the collateral held on your behalf. Borrowed shares can be used to facilitate a short sale, which could influence the price of the security. If your security on loan pays a dividend, you will receive a substitute payment that could have tax consequences different than dividend payments made on shares held in your account. While your security is on loan, the lending rate will adjust frequently with the lending market, meaning the rate may not be fixed during the loan period. The information isn't recommendation to participate in Vanguard's brokerage fully paid lending program. Participation requires eligibility, client determined appropriateness, and enrollment. Loans are collateralized, but there's a risk of loss in the event of bankruptcy. Vanguard Brokerage maintains an economic interest in fully paid lending loans and earns revenue in connection with such loans. Okay, one thing I don't like about this is because okay, I'm gonna review some of the questions on here. One thing I don't like about this is it could affect qualified dividends. Companies like Sunoco Energy Transfer, MPLX, they're all oil companies. Your dividends you get on them quarterly or monthly, just by more shares of the stock. And if somebody borrows on that, those dividends won't be the qualified, and that could affect your taxable income because they just get cash for the dividends instead. Okay, what if I need to sell my securities while they're on loan? You can sell shares at any time. If the shares you sell are on loan, the loan will be terminated. Why is Vanguard Brokerage offering this now? We're offering this new product to our clients to provide another investment option. Please note we're not acting as an agent or fiduciary with respect to any loans. Okay, how do I opt out of the program? You can enroll at any time by calling and speaking to one of the representatives. Fully paid lending counterparty risk explained. The principal risk to any securities lending programs is counterparty borrower risk. Vanguard Brokerage is the borrower of all fully paid lending. Figure they're the middleman. All loans are collateralized at 102% of the market value of loan shares. The collateral is adjusted daily to keep pace with ups and downs of the market. Clients with shares on loan through FPL will be able to collect against that collateral from the third-party trustee. If Vanguard Brokerage were to default, you would have the right to withdraw the collateral from the custodian bank as described on the Vanguard Retail Customer Fully Paid Securities Lending Agreement. If you were to initiate a withdrawal request, the FPL trustee would distribute an amount equal to the current collateral set aside for the shares loaned through the program. Please discuss your specific tax situation with a qualified tax advisor. Okay, why receive cash dividends while securities are on loan? Cash dividends paid on securities borrowed by Vanguard Brokerage pursuant to the fully paid lending program will be credited to your Vanguard Brokerage account in the form of a cash in lieu payment. If shares are borrowed over a dividend record date, receipt of cash in lieu payments have a different tax table consequence than receipt of the actual dividend from the issuer. In order to mitigate the impact of cash in lieu payments to taxable account, Vanguard Brokerage may return shares prior to dividend record date. To help offset the potential tax burden associated with the receipt of the cash in lieu payments in place of qualified dividends, that's what I was saying earlier, as defined in Jobs and Growth Tax Relief Reconciliation Act 2003, Vanguard Brokerage will credit participating taxable accounts with an additional credit reimbursement. This credit is equal to 26.98% of the substitute payment amount. This will allow for a credit to eligible accounts of the highest federal tax bracket of 37%. The credit adjustment percentage may be increased or decreased from time to time by Vanguard Brokerage. Vanguard Brokerage does not guarantee that this adjustment will be sufficient to eliminate the full additional tax burden associated with all the dividend distribution. That's what I'm like. If you have a lot of dividend income from, basically qualified dividends, you may not get them if somebody borrows that stock. This is basically helping people short stocks, which I don't like. Vanguard Brokerage reserves the right to deny any credit adjustments to any customer who Vanguard Brokerage determines would have been otherwise ineligible to receive the tax benefit for a reduced dividend tax rate. Now, I know many people don't watch my videos, but it's like this. If anybody's had any experience with this, if you ask me, it just sounds, too good to be true. The reason I didn't allow any comments is I didn't want to be distracted. I'll put this link in the description. Okay, the fact that you can make up to hypothetically $781 a month for every $125,000 you have in the market, it sounds nice. But the thing is, it looks like people that are doing this are people that have stocks that are highly shorted. I think I'm going to call Vanguard and just see what they have to say one morning this week, and talk to a few other people I know that are really in investments like myself. Well, thanks for watching my video. If you have any experience doing anything like this, please make a comment. God bless everyone. Have a good night.